Welcome, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to hear my trading and market updates. This is Uncle Frank, and I'm not a financial advisor, nor is any of the content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Please remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the presentation, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you're alerted when I have new information to share. So now let's get into the latest updates. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Typical manipulation day on Friday for AMC. Stop kidding yourself. I'm not making excuses. This is not legitimate price discovery or a battle between supply and demand between buyers and sellers. This is what we've come to expect, especially on options expiration day. AMC got as high as 966, up over 5% at one point, and then the shorts and market makers had quite enough of that and then visibly pushed AMC down to a low of 914 to end the session at 915, down 8 cents or 0.87%. AMC remains up 15.68% over the last month, but down 79.55% over the past 3 months and down 84.38% over the past year. This is in a period of unprecedented good news and improving fundamentals for the company. I'll give you some context. IMAX is up 28.97% for the year, and Cinemark is ahead by 51.02%. I would add that while Cinemark suffered all the same events AMC did throughout the pandemic, CNK leadership has never felt it was necessary to perform a reverse split. AMC added 14 cents after hours, or 1.48%, to end the after hours session at 9.29. I added the after hours sessions to this 30-minute chart. Those are the ones shaded gray, so you could better see the chart pattern that plays out nearly every day on AMC. A rally early morning followed by a campaign to control and push the stock lower. Due to the naked repetition on this pattern, you can see the white arrows, I've been writing covered calls on spikes expiring within the week and buying them back when the premium collapses. I have also been buying the stock to average down and will typically buy the same amount of calls at the same strike price when the price is down, but for next week's expiration. That gives me the opportunity to buy the same amount of the stock back in case any of my written calls are called away. Either way, I keep the premiums captured. This week, I bought 950 calls when the stock was at the lower end of the range, but expiring next Friday. But I wrote calls. I sold the calls expiring this week when the stock was up and the premiums were inflated, knowing our enemies would push the stock lower going into the closes, especially into expiration. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm merely sharing my trading activities with you. I will never tell you to buy, sell, or hold any security, options, or cryptocurrency. A lot of YouTubers out there do what they call DD, or research, and in light of our upcoming annual shareholder meeting, I wanted to do a video on corporate structure so we could all better understand who runs our company and makes our policy decisions. On the screen is our board of directors, run by Philip Lader, a senior advisor to Morgan Stanley. Adam Aron, of course, our CEO and president. His entire senior management team, including Sean Goodman, our CFO, also from Morgan Stanley. And in the lower right-hand corner is Derek Van Zant of Citi. Now, the reason he's on our screen is they are our chief investment banker, right? Some interesting facts about this entire group is they own less than 0.5% of the company, everyone you see on your screen. In comparison, Cinemark's team owns over 10 times that amount at 11%. And over at IMAX, insiders control 24.33%, almost a quarter of the entire company. All the executives you see on your screen right now haven't purchased a single share of AMC over the past 5 years, but actually sold over $1 billion, with a B, billion dollars of our stock in the open market. You should also be made aware that when it comes to Adam and his top managers, they are ranked among the top 5 paid executives by their titles, and the pandemic era was no exception. For example, between 2019 and 2020, Adam's total comp plan more than doubled to $20.9 million. In a year, AMC lost $4.6 billion. That makes no sense to me. To be fair, this group has done a great job modifying the business model of AMC. But that doesn't change the painful reality that the pandemic was the best thing that ever happened to these people's personal wealth, while our stock price and market cap is down over 90% over the same past 5 years. Of course, I also blame predatory short hedge funds and the inaction of regulators for some of the damage to our stock price. But I also must hold senior management and our investment bankers responsible for recent decisions like our investment in Hycroft Mining, the creation and conversion of Ape as opposed to a rights offering, and the disastrous 10-for-1 reverse split that recently obliterated the price of our stock as expected. I have never once said Adam Aron doesn't want the company itself to perform well. Of course he does. How else will we pay him over $2 million a month and all these outrageous cash and stock bonuses to senior management and the board? What I've said repeatedly is Adam Aron does not want any sudden spikes in the stock price. And that's because it could quickly morph into a short covering event, and Adam knows. That could result in an unknown percentage of apes selling, and they may stop supporting the stock in the theaters. This is what Adam Aron and Wall Street have in common. The last thing they want is an elevated stock price for AMC. You need only look at our price to confirm that this is true. Okay? This should also explain why Adam and Citi have killed multiple rallies in the stock price with ridiculous tweets about bankruptcy risk, and Citi's habit of reiterating sell recommendations and constantly slashing the target price of the stock. What I've said in many videos before the reverse split is Wall Street is in our boardroom. They have had a hand in planning Antara, Ape, the conversion, the split. We not only telegraphed these actions, but they were in large part designed by Wall Street. Speaking as someone who has been a division director of a small publicly traded bank, who had to answer to the executive vice president, the CEO, and the board of directors, I can tell you with confidence, there are no shareholder activists in this boardroom, no Ryan Cohens or Carl Icahns. There are no shareholder activist CEOs like Patrick Byrne or Diane Garrett. I can say with 100% certainty that this group is of one mind. They are unanimous in their decisions. There is not one person on this screen that will do anything deliberate to hurt the interests of Wall Street. Wall Street was not afraid or surprised by our recent conversion or reverse split. They were counting on it. They helped plan it. Now I'm going to focus on Citi, our chief investment banker, to prove it to you. Okay, guys, so when you think of Wall Street, who do you think of? For me, it's the primes, the prime banks and brokers. Here's the 13F from August on AMC. That's the best I can do because these people can operate in complete secrecy. I limited the list to everyone that owns over 1 million puts on AMC. Let's run through the list and see how many primes are on here. Well, right off the bat is AMC's own chief investment banker, Citi. I see Goldman Sachs, who spoofs the shit out of our stock every day. I see Bank of America and Highbridge. Who's Highbridge, Uncle Frank? Well, they're 100% owned by JP Morgan, so they're on the list too. So basically, everyone who's anybody on Wall Street is short AMC and on this list, and there are still some apes out there that think Adam Aron and our board are going to launch a strategy like a surprise dividend that's going to shock these people and cause a MOAS. There are YouTubers out there that still think Gary Gensler is going to pass a new Phase 6 NSC 010 or CAD or some other regulatory bullshit that's going to send the most powerful primes and banks into a tailspin before an election year while World War III could break out at any moment. Did you know our partner Antara is third on this list, way higher than Citadel? People, please trust me when I tell you there is not one executive in our boardroom yelling about all the synthetic shares out there on AMC. They are not going to risk a top 5 base salary job, non-stock cash bonuses, and enormous stock awards for people like us. I have been in that fish tank, and I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. That's why I've been begging you all to go to AMC Project Popcorn and complete that certified survey so we can expose the fact that we may have bought this company 3 to 4 times over because God knows this management team sure doesn't own the joint. We do. People, will you trust me when I tell you that Citi help plan all the things that we were arguing about, okay? From Ape to its conversion, to the reverse split, the dilution, all of it. That is Citi, okay? Adam and Philip Lader of Morgan Stanley signed off on it. I promise you that if you were a board member, you would not be sitting in there yelling about, Goldman Sachs spoofing our stock. You're not going to do it because they will show you the door. Uncle Frank, just because you were in a boardroom doesn't mean you know what's going on in ours. Fair enough, but I can read the court documents pertaining to the original Project Popcorn. I can look at our chief investment banker's LinkedIn page where he brags about his contributions to our little theater stock. This is Derek Van Zandt, Head of Media Investment Banking, North American Region, Citi Global Markets. Let's review his history with our little firm. So let's learn about our man from Citi, Derek. Derek is Head of Media Investment Banking for the North American Region at Citi. He covers companies in numerous media subsectors, including cable, DTC, OTT, entertainment, video games, broadcasting, publishing, and theaters. He provides M&A and capital raising advice. Past advisory assignments include AMC's creation and distribution of its preferred equity security. That's right, your ape, the pounce. Today we pounce. You remember that? That was Derek, right? AMC's sale of its interest in NCMI. AMC's acquisition of Nordic Cinema Group and Odeon UCI, AMC's merger with Carmike, its sale of AMC to Dalian Wanda. Now, Wanda, that goes way back, so this guy's been with us a while. So if you want to know who you can pin the ape on, it would be Derek. And Derek's parent company is Short, AMC. And on the other side of the firm, Derek's company has a sell recommendation on AMC. We'll cover that in a minute. Now, guys, this guy is Jason Bazinet. He works at Citi, and he covers, he's an analyst. He covers communication services, consumer cyclical, consumer defensive, etc. I froze this screen on purpose because I wanted you to see the disclosures. Does Citi have an investment relationship with AMC? Yes. Company owns. Do they have positions in AMC? Yes. Now, here's the thing. There's supposed to be a Chinese wall between investment banking and retail brokerage and the analysts and things like that. I really don't have a problem with Jason Bazinet. I mean, all the analysts have been pretty negative on AMC. It's the timing. It's the unusual timing of Jason. When he opens his mouth, it seems to happen at some peculiar times. Now let's talk about Jason and Citi's timing a bit. This slide goes out to Eaton Leibowitz back east, so shout out to Flushing, I guess. How you doing? AMC stock alert. Citi slashes price target to $1.55. Citigroup dropped its price target on AMC as the fight between small investors and short sellers drags on. Now this is from August 18th. A suit to stop the conversion of AMC preferred equity unit Ape shares to AMC Common will be heard. The conversion was due to happen within a week. Citigroup has dropped its price target, and there's little fundamental value in the shares. Now, what was going on August 18th? Well, I'll tell you, prior to that, there was a significant gap down, but there were 5 up days in a row. And on the 5th up day, this suddenly came out in the morning, 9:29 a.m., right? Suddenly, we had to put a stop to this rally, and you could see what happened afterwards. What makes Citi and Bazinet's timing so suspicious to me is Jason already initiated coverage with a sell rating in March with a $1.60 price target. Here's the article. AMC stock price predictions. Will AMC plunge to $1.60? Citi yesterday started coverage of AMC with a sell rating. But a Citi analyst poured cold water on AMC yesterday, placing a $1.60 price target and a sell rating on the shares. I find it strange timing to reiterate the sell recommendation and cut the target again because the case appeared to be leaning against what I believe short sellers and AMC senior management wanted. And when I say that, I also mean our chief investment banker, Derek Van Zandt. And we all know how Antara was feeling about this predicament. The stock was climbing 5 days in a row, and suddenly we need to cut the price again. We need to reiterate our sell. It sounds unusual, and it sounds like these people have a habit of pouring cold water when they need to. Now, was Citi and Jason Bazinet done with AMC? Not yet. From September 26th, Citi cuts AMC price target to $4.75 from $15.50, reiterates sell rating. From the article, stick with me. Citi reiterated its sell rating for AMC Entertainment Holdings Tuesday and cut the stock price target to $4.75 from $15.50, citing the company's recent stock split, Ape conversion, and equity raise. Earlier this month, AMC announced the completion of its at-the-market equity offering, raising approximately $325.5 million. The movie theater chain and meme stock darling said that the equity offering boosts its cash reserves, addresses current liquidity concerns, and fortifies the balance sheet. Quote, "We are updating our model," this is Jason now, "to reflect AMC's 10-for-1 reverse stock split, the conversion AMC preferred equity units, Ape, to AMC common, and AMC's recent equity raise," wrote Citi analyst Jason Bazinet in Tuesday's note. "Following our update, our target price goes from $15.50 to $4.75. We maintain our sell rating." Man, this is a talkative analyst, isn't it? Now, what was going on at that time? Well, it looks like the writer's strike in Hollywood was being wrapped up. Here, this meeting was followed by more meetings on September 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Finally, the writers and the studios reached a tentative agreement on September 24th and on September 26th. Following a vote, the union leadership announced that the strike would officially end. The strike ended the following day, September 27th, at 12:01 a.m. Guys, this timing, okay, is starting to look a little suspicious to me. Now, guys, Citi is one of my least favorite Wall Street primes. Okay, go over to violationtracker.goodjobsfirst.org and save it because you can look up all our Wall Street friends on this. This page is titled Violation Tracker, Current Parent Company Summary. Parent company name, Citigroup. Penalty total since the year 2000, $26,919 million. Number of records, 180. Now, they'll break it down in offense groups. Financial offenses, 103 records for over $19.7 billion. Consumer protection related offenses, only 39 for over $4 billion. Competition-related offenses, only 17 for $2.6 billion. Employment-related offenses, 12 for over $125 million, and then miscellaneous. Guys, I don't know why we're in business with this bank, but I'm starting to get an idea. Now, what's really fun about this website is you can click the year link on the top to bring our chief investment banker's most recent egregious activities right to the top, and then click on the penalty amount to see what Citi got away with this time. Hey, just for fun, let's click on a penalty connected to Citigroup Global Markets. That's the division Derek Van Zant works for. And would you look at that? Here's one from this year. Penalty, $2.9 million. Date, August 29th. Violation description, the SEC announced settled cease and desist proceedings against broker-dealer Citigroup Global Markets for willfully violating record-keeping requirements concerning expenses that the firm incurred in connection with its underwriting business. Hey guys, these are our underwriters. Apes, I want to thank you for listening to this entire video. And if you made it this far, I hope you believe me when I tell you, no one is coming to save us. Not the SEC, FINRA, politicians, Adam Aaron, no one. The single best thing we could do is prove how many times over we own this company. We have an opportunity to uncover the one thing they have fought tooth and nail to keep from going public, and that's how many synthetic shares are really out there. Guys, AMC returned to profitability, and they massacred the stock. We could pay off all the debt, discover a cure for cancer, take off 30 pounds of unwanted fat within a week, or add 3 inches to your penis, and the stock would still go down. Adam Aaron said publicly, over 2 years ago, we owned over 90% of the float. Now that all that time has passed, do you really believe we still only own 90%? How many times did this guy come out to say, I've seen no evidence so-called fake or synthetic shares exist? Guys, our one chance to expose the shorts before all of this gets swept under the rug is AMCProjectPopcorn.com. Guys, this is your opportunity to expose how many times over we own this float before they try to sweep the whole thing under the rug. Go to AMCProjectPopcorn.com. Print out the 2-page general affidavit. Call your broker on their toll-free line and ask them these 10 simple questions. When did I first buy the stock? How many shares did I own on these dates? How many shares of Ape did I own on February 8th? Simple stuff. Then you call your local bank branch, ask them if they have a notary available. You go in there and sign the document in front of the notary. They'll probably stamp it for free for you. Then upload it to the website. That's it. This is our one chance to prove how many synthetics are out there. Hey, I want to thank you for watching, and please remember to hit the like button after this slide if you enjoyed the presentation. Subscribe to the channel and set the alert so you're notified when I have new information to share. See you at the bell.